we was talking about league pass teams where we would rank teams.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Williams hurt, Nick Richards hurt, Miles Bridges just got hurt, and I don't give a damn. As long as Lamelo is there, it's like I'm go tune in to see what the
Yeah,
Charlotte Hornets got going on.
yeah.
And one thing I noticed, because we kind of talked about this coming into the year and a little bit last year, we wanted to see Lamelo and Brandon Miller, but we kind of want to see Mark Williams too, and the collection of all they guys. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I this is what I've noticed about this duo and why I want to bring this up. Lamelo has closed the game, hit a game winner, hit big shots in two of their 4 games that they've won. They won on last second shots or last minute shots. Lamelo got one, Brandon
Mm-hmm.
Miller got one. The most interesting thing
Mm-hmm.
about this young duo is they're dogs in the fourth quarters, man.
Woo, woo. You ain't lying. Lamelo lead the league. Lamelo lead the league in fourth quarter scoring now. Hit that clutch shot. Yeah, hit that clutch shot the other day. Oh, unfortunately, they didn't win against the Sixers, but man,
They don't have a front court. They don't have a front court right now. It's just basically it's literally Lamelo, Brandon Miller, and Trey Man. They don't have a front
mm-hmm.
court right now. And Trey Man didn't show up against the 76ers, but that's neither here nor there. He's been
But
great
yeah,
this year.
no, yeah, he's been great.
The sky's the
No,
limit for this duo, bro.
I agree. Boy, the flack they would have got if they had drafted Scoot Henderson.
Oh my God. I hated
I
it.
can't believe, I can't believe people were. Now, I'll be honest. I was out there trying to make a little case for Scoot Henderson. I take it back. I'm sorry. Brandon Miller is a dog. And I should have known from what he was doing in college. It should have been no question. I'm sorry I even questioned it. That dude is nasty. And see, the thing is, I think he has the potential to be great because he can play well off of anybody. He can play well off of Lamelo. He can play well off Miles Bridges, Trey Man, whatever. Like whoever's in there, he can play very well off of them, and he can be a dog. He can be the guy. Like if Lamelo is like, he's like, I can't. I ain't got it in me today scoring wise. Brandon Miller can turn up and he can cover for that.
Facts.
Man, the height, the shooting talent, athleticism. Ooh,
What needs to be done to maximize this duo? Because potential roster tweaks here and there. The coach, I don't even know who that coach got. Who is? Why does Charlotte always bring in these guys I've never heard of to coach Lamelo?
he was assistant off the Boston Celtics squad.
Man, Mark Jackson is just doing some podcast with goddamn Killer Cam and Mace. You got Jeff Van Gundy and assistant coach. Where's his assistant coach at? I forgot where
I
he's an assistant coach at. But
Clippers
you
maybe, I
bring
don't
in
know. Yeah.
Charles Lee instead of one of those guys to coach Lamelo. Maybe it's cool, but whatever. My bad. Go ahead. My
Hey
bad.
man, he probably. I'm not mad at it yet. I think he'll be a young up and coming coach. We'll see
Yeah,
though.
he don't look
Come
bad,
off
but
the. Nah, he don't look bad. I think what we got to add around Lamelo and Brandon Miller. I want to see him with one of their bigs first. I want to see him with Mark Williams. Um, Nick Richards is pretty good, and I like whenever he's out there, I like them with him. But I do want to see Mark Williams out there. I want Miles Bridges to come back. Um, because he was, Lamelo's his duo buddy, his second best player for a while, and now, we're inserting Brandon Miller into that role, so he can become a three. Um, I think they have good talent up front, and I think it's developing their bench and their role players around them. Because if as Brandon Miller start his ability to take over uh, increases and rises, and Lamelo continues to bring him along with him. Then you have like a Miles Bridges to go around and pair with that. You have a Mark Williams. They have the pieces. I think they need to add either one more, big. I don't know how I feel about them drafting Tijon Salawan anymore. I don't know if I said his name correctly, but
you think he look bad?
I think he has potential. But You know, I thought about, man, what if they had Connect, or
Oh,
what if they had, you know,
hmm. I didn't mean to gasp like that. I'm sorry. But yeah.
no, that's cool, but what if they had Connect, or big wing scorer to go with Brandon Miller? He can move to the two or whatever. So, uh, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the pick because he
Salon
has
is
potential.
3 points, 4 rebounds, and assists, 27 from the field, 21 from three, 50 from the free throw line.
Yeah, like he's probably gonna have to go down to the Greensboro Swarm, but they've been kind of so injured that he has to play. So
I,
obviously, you can't judge him. It's a little early, but um, you know, I think he has the potential to check out for them, and if he can grow into becoming another solid piece for them, they may have all the talent they need right then and there, and it's just about getting good, solid role players off the bench. Um, as long as they stay healthy, that's another main thing for them. I do think they have a bright future.
honestly, I think they probably need like a point of attack defender. He could possibly even be shorter, like a Gary Payton type, Jalen
Hmm.
Suggs type of guy to pair with Lamelo, so they can guard the point guards because Lamelo has been getting into foul trouble a lot. I've noticed that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe a point of attack defender, so Lamelo won't have to be guarding guys in the backcourt. Um, Outside of that, because I like the three. They got 4 guys that can score well enough, and then like
Hmm.
potentially have 2 closers because you got Lamelo, Bridges, Brandon Miller, Trey Mann. I think between those 4, they all can score as long as you have 2 of them on the court all the time. Their
Yeah,
bigs are good
yeah.
if they actually stay healthy. I think their point of attack defender, they need a point of attack defender, and like you said, maybe
Hmm.
another like power forward type of guy that's a little bit bigger because you don't want Miles
Yeah.
Bridges in the floor too much. Uh,
Hmm.
so something like that. Point of attack defender and a power forward, and that's probably would be a good enough depth because that's almost like 8. You need like 8 guys. I
Yeah.
think they actually have been benefiting. They go benefit for just it being Lamelo and Brandon Miller. Like just to have it's
Oh
just
yeah.
y'all. Y'all got to find a way to do something. I like it.
No, yeah. I mean, Lamelo's a winning player when he's on the court. He had his team before that one season before he got injured, his All Star season, I believe. He had them in the playoffs. He's gotten them already to a play in. Last
Twice.
year, like you always like to mention, he, yeah, twice actually. He like you always like to mention, he got a game on the Boston Celtics, and he got that game. So he people like to say, oh, he's not a winning player. He has questionable decision making. Yes, but he is a winner, and he does make them better when he's on the court. There's a lot of teams that would give up their point guard or he could go to, and it takes that team to a whole nother level.
He's better than Tyrese Halliburton and Indiana Pacers with LaMelo Ball in that same slot. They're just a way better team. They actually would have a chance to beat Boston last year in that playoffs. He's just more dynamic. Like that sounds
Yeah.
crazy, but Tyrese Halliburton didn't show up offensively as a scorer. LaMelo Ball won't have that problem. Tyrese Halliburton doesn't
Hmm.
close games as a scorer. LaMelo Ball doesn't have that problem. That's why I always never liked the Halliburton over Lamelo thing because Lamelo and Tyrese Halliburton are very similar. The thing that separates them, Lamelo has a stronger build. Lamelo's a more of a dog, and I trust him more in 4 quarters as the closer. Like Tyrese
Hmm.
Halliburton, facilitator, and all that, whatever. They're the same archetype, but Lamelo is just more of a scorer and more of a dog and has a bigger build.
Like, yeah, Lamelo, that boy is launching threes. He's like shooting what? He's shooting a ton of game, like almost 13 a game or something like that. Much as James Harden used to be shooting. He's launching them things, and he's still hitting them at a good rate.
Yep,
The thing with
37 points.
Lamelo, he'll shoot a ton of threes. He'll make some, questionable decisions, playmaking. He'll get into foul trouble, but he's a dynamo, and he's Mr. Fourth Quarter currently this season. Whereas Tyrese Halliburton, yes, you may get more uh, intelligent plays. He may make less turnovers, whatever, but you're not getting that kind of dynamic performances, those takeover performances, those win you a game type performances um, from Halliburton versus Lamelo doing that. Like I trust Lamelo way more to get me a game than I would Halliburton, and I'm on you with that.
Fact. Tyrese Halliburton, 17, 8 and 4, 41 from the field, 27 from three, 77 from the line. LaMelo Ball, 29 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 44 from the field, 37 from three, 84 from the free throw line. And I think the reason why some of these shots are kind of looking questionable, he doesn't have his lob threads. LaMelo loves throwing the lob like Trae Young. So, like, to have Mark Williams and Nick Richards there is a big thing for LaMelo. He's doing it without that. That's a big part of his game, those lobs.
Now, I give Diabate some credit. I like what he does. I like what he does rebounding wise, but he's not Mark Williams. He's not Mark Williams. He's not, and Nick Richards is pretty good as well. So he's cool. I like him as a piece coming off the bench for them, but he's not starter level, So.
Rotational big, and he's thanks. So anything else on this LaMelo Brandon Miller duo? Because I'm trying to think of duos, like potential young duos. What young duos are there? Because you probably
Paulo Franz.
I
mean, they're a little older, but them two. You got.
I'm trying to think of young duos that would take over.
Young duos. There's not many that I really take over. No.
This might be because how old is LaMelo? LaMelo is, and that's the crazy thing. LaMelo is still under. He's
25.
23.
23.
23. Yeah, he just turned 23.
Yeah.
Brandon Miller is how old? Let me see real quick. Brandon Miller is 21. Finna be 22.
Okay, yeah.
Paolo is how old? Paolo. I'm gonna say Chet and J-Dub, even though they're just not a duo by themselves, but in terms of young.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Paolo's 21, finna be 22. Franz might be a little bit older. Franz is 23.
Yeah.
So Paolo, Franz, J-Dub, Chet.
I'm trying to think is there really anybody else you take over them? Like young duos?
Garland. How old is Garland? Let me see how old Garland is. Garland's 24. He's right at the threshold. So him and Mobley probably count right now.
Wemby Vassell.
How old is Devin Vassell? Nah, Devin Vassell's so underrated. He damn near won him the game against Utah. Yeah, he only played that one game against Utah. He's 24, so he's right there.
Yeah.
So those are the best young duos. LaMelo and Brandon Miller, bro. Outside of Paolo, because it's got to be Paolo and Franz.
Got Paolo Franz right now, but who really gonna take anybody else? Yeah,
Paolo Franz, Chet, J-Dub, Garland, Mobley.
Ando really got another. Yeah, because Ando he don't have like a young duo to go with him.
But you would probably say Nas Reed or Jalen. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not good enough.
They're not. Offense. No. Yeah, I think that LaMelo Miller is going to be a premier duo. Like Brandon Miller has very high potential. Like year 3, Brandon Miller might look scary for the league.
It might look great. It might be, and he's bro. I think he's as scary as Russell Westbrook when it comes to how mad he look after he do something. Like, I don't know nobody who looks madder than Brandon Miller after, like, bro. And then, like, bro, I don't even want to say nothing about the killing stuff and all that, but bro looks very violent out there. Like, bro looks violent. Like, watch him after he dunks or hit a big shot. He looks very visibly violent, bro.
Hey man, you know what he was going through? At Alabama while playing basketball.
And then when everybody was chanting him murderer against South Carolina, Gigi Jackson, another top prospect, the dude dropped 40. Brandon Miller is like, yeah, Lamelo and Brandon Miller, they gonna be a force, bro. It's serious, man. But anything else you want to say about this duo? Before we wrap it up.
Shoot. You think they got you think they make playoff for sure if they stay healthy and everything, or where you got them going? How you think they should get?
I'm looking at it right now. If they stay healthy, because right now the top 6: Cleveland, Boston, Indiana, Orlando, New York, Miami. I do think those are the best 6 teams currently. I think Philly might find their way into that top 6, but then Philly it might be too far behind to end up a play-in team. So the better play-in teams, I think, are Charlotte, Chicago, if they don't break it up. And I'm Philly and Brooklyn. I think Detroit gonna be their first team out. I definitely think Charlotte could get an 8th seed, because I could see a world where it's Philly get the 7 and Charlotte get the 8 if Philly don't be healthy in time for it to make a run. So yeah, I can see them in the 8 spot.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.